Hi guys.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. So, it's been a week. It has certainly been a week. I don't know about you guys, but I have not really had much going on this last week.
Well,
Uh, about the only thing notable that's happened is I started up a game for the first time. They immediately banned me. I went to say, hey, why am I banned? And they said, you're running a third party program. I was like, I'm just running it off of Steam!
what game was it?
That's crazy.
Dungeon Fighter Online.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was just like, I'm just running it off of Steam, guys!
where are you supposed to run it? Like,
Well,
sorry, we only want people who get it off of GOG. Sorry, guys.
No, you don't understand. We have to do it off of our bespoke streaming
I'm back.
service. Hey,
yeah.
Sandre.
No, they like, I mean, it's no secret that I'm running Linux, but the part is when I run a multiplayer game, the first thing I have made a habit to do is check to see if it's supported by Proton by checking Proton DB. That usually tells me if like people are saying that it's not runnable on Linux, and then I run it. So I did that, and then it's like, oh, your account has been suspended. I was like, huh, that's weird. Let me check the anti-cheat database. No, the anti-cheat database says I'm fine. So when I do my like, hey, why the fuck am I banned? There's like, you're running a third-party program. I'm running it off of Steam. Yeah, that's what the only thing interesting that's happened all week.
Did they say anything in response, or did they just
This
uphold their ban?
literally happened in the hours before.
Oh, I
And
see.
unlike Sandry, I took my nap.
Okay.
So yeah, anything interesting happened to you guys during the week?
Well, like I said earlier, I ran a 5K, so that was fun. So, and I'm gonna be running a 10K on the 25th, so Memorial Day.
Mm.
I'll be participating in the Boulder, which is a huge 10K.
I kind of had a crap week this past week. Monday game got canceled. My Wednesday game imploded, and I had to deal with a lot of nonsense. Yeah.
It,
Mostly due to like one of the players getting involved in some behavioral issues I'm not going to go into.
Okay.
So I've been doing a little bit of retail therapy just to get my spirits back up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I've been making good financial decisions.
So
you've
how
been going
big
out
is
and
your
buying
Steam
stuff.
library? Probably not as big as mine right now, but
Oh no, it wasn't. It's not Steam Library though. I did buy Stellaris. I indulged in one of my other vices, which is Magic the Gathering.
oh,
Got it.
oh, we need to take you
so
to see a therapist.
you decided that crack was too cheap.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will always. Okay, I understand the card game mentality, but I will always downplay it. And it's not because I actually hate anybody who plays a card game. It's because I have to hate it because I suffer from that mentality, the gambler's mentality with card games, where just one more pack will maybe save my bill.
No, I just if I'm going to do that, I'm just going to buy singles.
You know what I mean, right? Like
Yeah.
the gambler's mentality of one more pack will save my deck.
That is literally team fight tactics for me. I love team fight tactics, and it's so gamble heavy.
Yeah. So
I will say that.
So I want. For a while there, I was playing a free to play card game, but unfortunately, I got pulled in by the fact that what they do is they front load all the stuff you get, so that way like you get a good deck the first time you play the game, right? And then
Yeah.
as you continue to play the game and they release more packs, you don't get cards at the same rate you got them when you first like started the game.
Right.
And I was like, you guys are releasing packs once every 2 months. It was fine for the first pack. The second pack, it was okay. I felt like I didn't get all the cards I wanted, but it was okay. And this third pack, I feel like I'm getting none of the cards I want. I'm done. Yeah, I need to find... Yeah. And it really doesn't help that I'm not great at card games, too. Right?
I don't play online card games because, unlike online card games, physical card games you can actually like not have to worry about that. Although the secondary market is kind of nonsense.
I was playing entirely on free to play, but my philosophy is the game should be more than playable if you are entirely free to play. If you have a free to play model.
Yeah.
So back when multiplayer was still a thing for the game Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, I probably played their card game inside of the game more than I played the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, when Season 1 was out, I was in the top 10 on PC. I was coming up with the meta strategies in that card game because I played it so much.
I can...
Yes.
I have to downplay anybody that plays the card game, just because if I don't, I risk myself going back into that gambler's mentality. And that free-to-play game I was talking about, right? I actually realized very quickly I was looking at my checkbook and preemptively signing those checks for another, just another 20 packs.
I've been there and I've done that and I'm over it now,
Yeah.
So, Sandry.
Yeah.
So how you doing?
Aside from I could do with more napping.
Me?
This week work just sort of felt like I've just got all the shit going on.
Well,
I feel that.
Yeah, well, it's time for us to see a person whose favor has been called in by the dead guy's robit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's where we last left off, is basically her calling in the favor, and the main character is like, you only get to do this fucking once.
Yep.
And I'm fucking pissed that I'm allowing this to happen. I think that's the emotions I read off of her. Like, do you guys agree or disagree?
I think she was more pissed in the immediate moment of Sarah calling her out on the favor, because that was strictly between her and David. But once but now that she's getting in, I think she's kind of getting into it.
Well, we didn't really get to see much from it, but also at the same time, she was like, commands only, and the robot was like, bitch, please. Watch me ignore that. Am I wrong?
Well, you're not wrong, but I think at this point, I think Morgan has her own questions, and this is as good an excuse as any to get them answered.
All right. Well, shall we hit the continue button and load up our in the void save points?
Yep.
I am very surprised there's no splash art for these things.
There is, if we save in anything else but the void.
Oh, well.
Still,
Here,
look at the autosaves.
I still feel like there should
Colin,
be splash
look at the
art.
autosaves.
Yeah. Okay. But still, I think there should be void splash art.
So, Colin, what in this void is worth presenting?
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Maybe
it
they could
doesn't-
show the scan lines. Hey guys, do you
It
think we could
doesn't-
bug the developer to have the
No,
scan
like-
lines show up in the same?
it could be represented of the like last scene you did, or maybe like
This is
what's
just a
about to come
function of
up.
when we're saving, Colin.
Yeah.
That is literally all this is.
Okay, I'm just saying there should be some splash art. I don't know.
We're saving during the fade to black for commercials. What else do you want, Colin?
Speaking of which, press the button.
Okay.
Since I'm going to be talking a lot in this section, Colin, do you want to take Jess?
Sure. I'll take Jess. Are you sure about this?
You have questions too, don't you? Right now, I'm just a little better equipped to get answers than you are.
Boy, you are huffing that inhaler.
Okay, go for it. I'll make sure they're watching.
Is the air quality at Noble? Oh, I kind of forgot a little bit of what I was doing with her. Is the air quality at Noble headquarters kept up to state standards?
What's that?
All these Noble employees seem to have asthma. Is Father also working under such poor conditions?
Asthma.
And you need to speak up a little bit.
Yeah, you need to speak up. It didn't catch you. Hold on a second. Also, somebody's yelling. Alright. Then why are they all carrying inhalers? Inhaler! First legalized in 2083, the stimulant sold under the name Adraxone. Droxron.
Adraxone.
Adaroxone.
So it's a stimulant.
It's
Interesting.
become one of the most widely used drugs in the corporate world.
Class 2 stimulant of least concern.
You can have access to it without prescription, so as long as their HR representative feels it would be beneficial to their work performance.
So
Yep.
it's like caffeine on steroids or something else?
No, it's
I don't
some
know.
sort of feel-good chemical, only you need HR's approval.
It's a stimulant, though.
It's very clearly kratom.
Yeah, considering that unsubstantiated claims that Adraxone was first invented as a purely recreational drug by the notoriously violent Skullhead Mafia caused enough of a stir that in 2083 a formal investigative committee was formed. Unfortunately, in 2084, an industrial hydrogen fuel accident resulted in the deaths of all 391 known Skullhead members, placing investigation on an indefinite standstill.
Accident.
Yes, an accident.
Yeah, accident.
Yeah.
It was impressive how the explosion got the people who were in other countries.
Well, you know, if you launch stuff into space, it can go anywhere.
Yeah.
That being said, Kratom, holy shit, have you guys seen some of the information coming out about that stuff?
No.
It is sold as a literally over the gas station counter.
Yeah.
Like replacement for coffee. And oh boy, are some people fighting addictions about that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
What's
like
it
my
called?
coffee.
Kratom,
Kratom.
Kratom. If you are curious about it, if you are curious and you want a first-hand account about it, I have a person that I'm looking up right now. I just need to go to my history on YouTube here. If you want a first-hand account about it, a YouTuber by the name of Evan Edinger, EvanEdinger.
Also, I should have said this earlier, but in other news, I'm also applying to grad school. So,
Ooh, congrats.
yeah.
No, Brad's.
So, yeah, that stuff is sold completely over the counter. It is not considered it's not classified as a drug whatsoever, and yet apparently it is highly addictive.
Huh.
Controlled substance in 16 countries, apparently.
Yep.
Oh yeah, just not in the United States. Fun fact: cocaine is sold over the counter in, I think, Chile.
Yep.
And I have
yet
a feeling, at the very least, if they sold cocaine, people would know what the fuck, what they're getting into.
And weed is so dangerous, even though alcohol literally kills thousands of people in the U.S. every year.
Still a Schedule 1 narcotic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, this is a future time, so
Yeah,
they're
they're
probably
just
got
selling
better shit.
kratom under an inhaler versus a pill.
Yes, ma'am. She's right over here.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you.
Sarah pops up. It's you. How are you, gentlemen?
Did I mess up?
Contrary.
Yeah, Discord is not doing you favors when it first starts picking up your voice. Could you do me a favor? Go
On
to
the
user
contrary.
settings. Under voice and video, go to show advanced voice settings. No, not that.
I do know you can turn it up.
Okay, go to under input profile, go to custom. Noise suppression none.
I have my microphone volume and my speaker volume set all the way up because my microphone runs soft.
It is just literally cutting off like the first part of like what you're saying. So
Better?
Wait a second, then say something else.
Voice check.
Something else?
Voice check.
At least didn't cut in there, so we're good there.
Okay, let's do the line again.
On the contrary.
I feel like that was better.
Eyes wide. She's a DA.
Quiet.
She succeeded spectacularly in getting Noble's ears perked up. Emma Rockford.
All right, let's see what her new profile is. Emma Rockford takes a picture of her and looks at her phone for a few minutes.
Milk
True
tea.
crime and bodice rippers? Okay.
Yep.
What is bodice rippers?
It's romance novels.
A very particular brand of romance novels.
Best at getting the staff's attention.
Worst at deciding what to order. You're awful.
Didn't I say that about her last time too?
Oh, she almost has the same birthday as me. That's kind of funny.
Also, black lace.
Okay.
Didn't think I'd run into you here.
Yeah. Didn't think I'd be here either. But the powers that be think my presence sends a strong message to the mix, so... No. Wait. What are you doing here?
A few minutes later.
Un instant. I see. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you for saying that.
Uh,
And thank you, Detective Reyes, for your many kind words.
Don't get her talking about cars. I like to
Homicide
think
detective.
she
Third
put this
class.
in very, very purposely, just to like rub it in.
Likes chewing gum, sports drinks, and biking.
Dislikes.
Relax when shopping for groceries. That is
Ba-
an interesting relaxation activity.
Well,
dislikes. Babysitting, audiobooks, and manspreading. That's funny.
mood. Struggles with remembering lyrics.
I know people.
Yeah,
where
no, that's not surprising.
This is the case right here.
Mm.
Default status,
status.
do not disturb.
Right.
We can't all be talkative as you.
Normally, quoting poetry would feel pretentious, but you were so genuine in your reading.
Bite me. I don't know that there's a need for all of that.
Very mature perspective.
She's doing the eyelid pull down thing.
Did you come up with that yourself?
Oh, no. That's Kaguya signature pose.
Like the pop star?
I don't know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm.
You can admit it if you do.
Well, there's nothing to admit because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who that is.
She totally knows, doesn't she?
Wait, now you're saying you don't know who Kaguya is? She's the most famous.
Looks at phone. Known for powerful voice and stage personas, intricately crafted lore. Oh, God. There's lore in music?
Well, depends on what kind of band you follow.
Quadruple platinum.
No, the point is there's now a YouTube channel, Kaguya Lore.
Official age is listed as 1,086 years old.
Hmm. Her stage makeup was formulated specifically to make facial recognition on her impossible. A representative for a Red Corp company met with the press to clarify that she is simply a private person who wishes her fans to enjoy the experience that is the voice. Okay.
They put a bag over her head.
No, I mean
know.
there is specifically like patterns and styles of makeup that you can use that can mess with facial recognition in real life too. So
Oh.
because
No.
it looks for regular patterns in facial structures. So if you use makeup and stuff and hairstyling that breaks up your face's features, then yeah, well, I just don't know who that is. So, ma'am, weren't you about to say something? Oh, well, I'm still surprised to see you here now, Morgan. Are you helping to plan the services?
Actually, the company will be planning Dr. Archer's funeral service.
Wouldn't his family want to take care of that?
Now I'm just imagining this scene if we did it yesterday with Jordan all talking to himself.
No.
No?
No.
I see. Sorry. But if that's the case, why are you here, Morgan? Ah! Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry to disrupt your morning.
Now, you said it like that. Did you mean it like the day?
Hey, that's...
You're here for the same reason as every other suit they've got crawling around. Money.
You're not wrong. There are a lot of annoying insects with annoying agendas scurrying around before my friend's body is even cold. The honest truth is, I don't even know if David had a will.
The company held him... the company helped him manage his estate. Legal is probably already on it. Judging how much coffee that intern is carrying into the elevator, I'm certain they are.
Right. So, if you're not here for the funeral or the reading of the will...
Miss Starling asked me to come here, actually, on a matter unrelated to David's passing.
Unrelated matter? That's convenient.
Isn't it? But now that I am here, it's come to my attention that the police have made a determination in the case of David's death.
And where did you hear that?
Am I mistaken?
No, you're right. They concluded that it was suicide.
Always count on her to be blonde. I was worried about that.
Yeah, I'm sure you must be feeling.
Because I'm gonna have to contest that charge.
Huh? What?
The state has made a charge. I'm arguing against it.
Now, Sandry.
Sorry, I heard my dog outside the door, and I gotta let her in, of course. She can't open the door on her own.
Technically, I think suicide is on the books as a crime in a bunch of places. It's a hell of a difficult thing to charge, to actually charge someone who's committed the crime, but, you know.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, you are in a good mood. You're in a good mood, Star. Why are you in such a... You're in a good mood. Why are you in such a good mood? This morning you were being...
She's a happy ducky?
Yeah,
I don't know.
She's a ball of energy right now. Okay, well...
I'll go. Yay.
I don't know if she got on camera, but I hope she did.
Yeah, for a little bit. The hell are you talking about?
The police believe David committed suicide. Suicide is a felony in this country, Detective.
It is technically a crime to commit suicide, yes, but we're not in the habit of bringing dead men to trial. Especially not for their own murder, Morgan.
Okay.
This is true.
But...
How is it a crime if
It's classified as a felony so that the police can theoretically break into your home to stop you from killing yourself. Basically.
That's not the issue I have with this. Right. Anywho, I think the issue I have about it is more of a logistical issue than anything else.
What, charging someone with successfully committing suicide? I did say it's difficult to charge the crime.
Well, I mean, but what also I mean is, what if you wanted to say he did not kill himself?
You're charged with committing suicide. Penalty is death.
Well, the thing is that her to make that argument is to say, well, you've alleged she's committed a crime. I'm taking the position that he didn't commit that crime, and I'm going to be difficult about it. No, not to trial, of course not. But there would be a preliminary hearing in a case like this.
Gotta look the term. Looks up the definition of preliminary hearing right in front of everybody. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, thanks to the surveillance state, it's usually is usually just a formality. Technically, as a formality, assuming the courts aren't busy that day.
I'm afraid that on this occasion, I'm going to have to insist on that formality.
Yeah, well, you really don't have much say in the matter, do you?
With David gone, I have the only say, really. I am, after all, his criminal attorney.
All that money and he needs his drinking buddy to be his attorney? Bullshit. I'm also skeptical, Morgan. It's a pretty serious conflict of interest to be your friend's defense attorney.
So that is, generally speaking, not the case. That's not what a conflict of interest means.
Yeah, I was thinking something along those lines.
You're absolutely right. It is a conflict of interest. And I would have said as much to him if I had the chance.
What do you mean?
I only found out he wanted me to be his attorney today.
After he died? How the hell do you miss that memo?
Embarrassing, isn't it? But to be fair, it was hidden pretty well.
Hi.
Oh, I didn't know you had an android, Morgan. It's cute.
She's so cute.
Thanks, but it's actually David's, sort of. And it's technically my witness.
Witness to what?
38 hours ago, David Asher communicated to me as a matter of record the following explicit legal intent. That in the case of any and all criminal charges brought against him by the state, his attorney would be Evangeline Morgan.
Huh? Huh? Evangeline?
Moose.
No, wait. Seriously? Your name's Evangeline?
I will stab you.
Did your parents name you after a Christmas carol? Should we all be curtsying?
I will find you with the 7th bullet.
No, of course not. Nothing to be embarrassed about, Evangeline. Or do your friends call you Angel?
I hear Kaguya is on tour detective. Should I get you tickets? You could have your dad drive you, like all of the other 15-year-olds.
Hey! Feels like we're getting off topic. What were we just...
I was telling you that David Asher wanted her to be his criminal defense attorney.
Imagine my surprise.
An android's recording of a verbal expression of intent isn't exactly ironclad, Morgan.
That's fair. And if we were going before an upper-level court, I would expect that to be open to all kinds of scrutiny. But we're talking about a preliminary here, aren't we? A formality, as you called it. If he asks for representation, he deserves representation. It doesn't matter whether he's dead or alive. God, this is exactly the sort of cheeky shit that lawyers love doing.
Am I missing something? What difference does it make?
So you're enjoying her even more, I bet.
Well, this is one of those the best kind of correct sort of things.
Technically correct.
It's funny that you quote that as a person who hates Futurama.
I absolutely despise Futurama. However, that is an important and useful reference to our cultural oeuvre.
I'm going to allow this.
Not even an adjutant would be obtuse enough to sentence a dead man.
No, there won't be sentence. But the adjutant will render a verdict. And verdicts have consequences, even for the deceased.
Is that what this is all about?
Officially.
What's she getting at? If the court agrees this was a suicide, that verdict will retroactively affect valuations of the individual's mental health. Like, whether he was in his right mind or not.
You know anything about a state tax law, detective?
No. But I'm sure you'll be happy to educate me.
More than happy. An individual found by a court to not be of sound mind can't very well give their consent to the lawyer drawing up their will. If his will is compromised, all of David's considerable assets would suddenly be thrown into legal limbo.
In which case, the state would be legally obligated to come in and pick up the pieces. So this is just about his money. I'm almost disappointed in you, Morgan.
Well, when you take into consideration all the factors, it's actually more complicated than that. For example,
Ha!
never mind.
I love how she ducked.
No, Starling. You should speak your mind.
Colin.
Oh. All I mean to say is that, well, Dr. Asher did have significant holdings in art, real estate, and intellectual property. He also, of course, owned a great deal of stock in numerous corporations.
Principally.
Principally Noble. Oh my gosh.
It's
If
cool.
he was ruled to not be of sound of mind.
And his shares were to end up acquired by the government.
Noble would suffer a serious blow to its commercial image and its standing in the financial community.
All of which is to say there's a great deal at stake here. Not the least of which is the reputation of a man whom I was proud to call a friend.
She just disappears.
You're not buying this, are you? In case you haven't noticed, the city is working closely with Noble on this. And they're not going to let you bring them any unwanted attention.
Dots!
Starling did her part. They're watching, and they've stopped trying to hide it.
The next couple of lines on your end are going to be like louder.
From here on out, it's a gamble. Noble Electronics already has unwanted attention.
Why are you raising your voice?
If nothing changes by the end of the day, the whole country's gonna hear how David Asher committed suicide. By midnight, there will be questions about his competency. Concerns about why the brain inside every single Noble as was built by an apparently unstable man. The shareholders will have nothing to do all Sunday but brood over that sad thought and all its disturbing implications. By the time the markets reopen on Monday, I would expect a great deal of volatility.
Is that so?
I understand the Noble's apprehension, of course, but I just feel like right now would be the fiscally conservative thing to do would be to not get in my way.
Dots.
So you've got your reasons, and Noble's got a lot to think about. But why should the district attorney's office devote valuable time to playing out this game of yours?
Because it's a lawyer game, and you're stuck in the middle of it.
Because they're certain they'll win.
That goes without saying.
Bitch.
Dots.
The courts should have an opening at 6 p.m.
I didn't have anything planned.
Then it's a date.
Yes.
Detective, would you get her clearance set up? Yes, ma'am. Updates every hour. Yeah? You're out on a limb, Morgan. Better not linger. Here. Clearance for all the relevant sites and police firewalls. You can interview and investigate with your authority as an officer of the court now. If you haven't already been doing that. Don't even think about being sloppy with discovery on this. Rockford might think you're funny, but I
appreciate the warning, Detective Reyes. It's nice to know you care.
live to serve.
And protect!
You need to protect.
You.
Thanks for the assist, darling.
Yeah. No sweat. Are all the cops like that? Or are they more like that Detective London gentleman?
I can get you his number.
Bit of column A, bit of column B.
Oh, which would you prefer, Sandry?
Let's go with most are like her. They're mostly like that, yeah.
They're all that intense?
Yes, it comes from being short.
And most cops are short?
Yes.
Right. Well, I'll see you at the courthouse tonight. If you need anything in the meantime, don't be afraid to ask.
I'll
Good
pick you up
luck.
on that, darling. I promise.
Both of you.
What do we do now?
Well, I have a few options.
Oh,
I have access to the crime scene now. Probably the best place to start. I'd like to head over to the company building as well.
to get me registered?
Oh, that's adorable. Sarah's
Among other
mimicking her.
things.
Okay.
Yeah, Sarah's mimicking her pose. So,
Did David kill himself or he didn't? But if he did, it's almost certainly his asshole corporate overlords who are to blame. In which case I'll want to take my sweet time raking them over the coals. What are you doing?
Nothing. What about father? Can we see him?
He'll be at the morgue by now. The medical examiner will speak to me now that I'm operating under the court's authority. If I stop to flash paperwork at every nurse and security guard with nothing better to do than ask questions, I'll have to...
Huh?
What's that look for?
You were father's friend.
Thank you, again, for reminding me.
Aren't there people you would like to speak with? Other friends who'd want to know?
Bad news travels fast. I'm sure everyone in the country has heard about David by this point. Well, that heartbreak shit did keep me pretty occupied the last few weeks. And I was never one to pry. There was someone who could tell me more about David's personal life over the last few months. It'd be worth the effort of finding them. Do you have someone in mind? Maybe someone he met recently?
He spoke about coming close with someone this year? A musician?
Now that you mention it, there was a something that David might have mentioned when we talked back in...
I will begin a search.
Huh?
I've completed my search. I found nothing.
Thanks for the old college try. Is that really the best you can do?
Father was a private man in person and online. With just a few letters and the fact that he was a musician, I'm afraid we don't have enough information to narrow down the results, Adonai.
No, we have plenty of information. We just need the right person for the job.
What kind of person is that?
this is where we get to meet someone else. Do we want Colin to take this
Time
voice?
and date. Expunged! I don't remember who's in this upcoming scene.
It's Brat.
Oh, you mean the character I was voicing on the phone?
Oh, yeah. Never mind
that kid?
Yeah.
Precinct 112. Detainment room 1.
And who would you have even called?
Hell no. I still should have gotten my phone calls. Instead, I got you. Who are you again? My latest guardian, new foster parent? Want me to call you mommy?
I'm not really the motherly type.
Heyo, we might actually get along.
So I've got good news and bad news. I'm not your guardian, I'm your lawyer. You've been given a lawyer because you're being charged with a felony.
Fascist pig. Skipping school's a felony now?
Hacking into a government database has been a felony for a very long time.
That wasn't me.
I have your keystrokes, your IP address, your login times, and the playlist you were listening to.
That was for a homework assignment.
Here's what I don't get. You got in, copied the data, could have gotten right out. They wouldn't have even known they'd been robbed until they saw their passwords show up on the black market clearance 2 weeks later.
And?
But you didn't get out. You stayed and made changes to their database. You robbed the bank, got clean money, then dragged a can of spray paint behind you all the way home. Why?
Look, I didn't steal anything that wasn't already compromised. And the only data I edited was my own. So if anything, they should be thanking me for correcting their mistakes.
What? Did they get your birthday wrong?
My name.
Name changes are only 2 pages of paperwork. Just need to fill out the form.
And get a signature from a parent or guardian. So, what's the good news then?
The good news was that I'm your lawyer, not your guardian.
The hell? That doesn't count as good news. That's just the thing you said.
Don't be so sure. A lawyer's a lot better than a guardian.
How's that? Also dots.
Parents, guardians, foster whatevers, they're all supposed to take care of you because it's the right thing to do. A lawyer is someone who always does what's best for you, no matter what, because that's how they get paid.
Weird. So how good are you at your job?
Awful.
Hi.
Hello, Monse.
It's pronounced Kerr.
I know how it's pronounced.
How am I supposed to say that? Oh, Kerr?
Her.
I did say
Yeah.
it right. Okay. An archaic term for a dog, an abandoned mutt or stray. Or did you mean that
Kur.
part? Kur, heart. Whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not French. Don't call me that.
I met Fran in that police station. I couldn't help but bet that I'd landed the jackpot. A valuable asset with a skill set complementary to my own personal and private pursuits. Someone who, after seeing the sweetheart probation deal I managed to land for them, would be more than happy to help me with whatever I need, whenever I need it. Oh, he's so cold, Fran. Can't I even get a good morning?
Before says Fran looks up her name.
There.
Francois Snow. Isn't
Actor.
51 kilograms basically anemic?
He's a kid,
Depends on
so...
age.
I mean, no, I don't think so.
112 pounds.
It depends on age and size. Like,
He's a kid still, so it's probably
Dude,
fine.
hacker, but don't put that down, obviously.
Look, if they're like 13, that's kind of low, but like
And they're also like 5'1".
yeah, 112 is just skinny, really.
All right. Of course, you're talking to a person who could top most weights, measurement scales. So, to me, everyone's anemic. Just twigs to pick my teeth with between meals.
Do you mean anorexic?
What?
Anemic is a blood thing.
Yeah.
Anyhow. Rarity.
Originality,
Vibes.
history, and vibes.
Ah, that's how they code.
Yep.
Worst subjects: literature, social studies, and athletics.
So,
Yeah.
everything.
Mostly the humanities.
No such things. Nothing's good ever happened until the afternoon when people are actually awake.
What I got instead was a compulsive liar with a horrific sleep schedule and a crippling addiction to poor time management.
What do you want, Red?
I can't call you up just for fun.
Not if you don't want to get blocked.
I need you to find somebody for me.
Can't do it.
Oh,
I've got homework.
we both know the only time you ever do your own homework is during the class it's due.
I've got sports.
You can't tell a basketball from a hockey stick.
I've got bidding war to win.
You're the only person on Earth bidding on 70-year-old
Gee.
Gucci and Air Jordan vintage reps brand.
So off-brand Gucci and off-brand Air Jordans.
Something like that. I think you can take your eyes off the auction block.
Yeah, sorry I'm busy, so...
I'm assuming we could skip straight to the carrot portion of the routine, but if you insist on doing things from the top.
Huh?
I had an interesting conversation with your parole officer yesterday.
Huh? Yeah?
They've been really into the self prefixes lately.
What?
Self-motivation, self-actualization, self-help.
Oh,
And he thinks you could really benefit from it.
you're lying.
He's got all the workbooks ready.
Yeah.
Clearly your Saturdays are stacked, so I'll make sure your Sundays are full of...
Fine, I get it.
I need you to find a local musician.
Musician? You'll be the celestial swinger, some awful.
Last name Powell, or Parker.
And that's all you got?
They'll be in David Asher's circles.
Wait, Asher? You're working that?
That should be more than enough for a clever kid like yourself to go on.
Don't go expecting any miracles.
I need this soon. Within the hour, ideally.
Within the... You know I have other clients, don't you?
Other clients who actually pay you? On time? Musician. Find him.
Okay. Even talking over the phone, you're very animated, Adonai.
What do you mean?
Just that you're very expressive when you talk to people.
Of course I'm expressive. If I wasn't, how would anyone know what I'm thinking? Or more accurately, what she wants them to think she's thinking.
I see. I'll keep that in mind as we...
Wait, you really expect to tag along?
Of course. Father was...
Yeah, I know you want to. But why should I let you?
Because I am capable and helpful.
Uh-huh.
I mean it. I can take notes for you. And move heavy objects. And I'll learn to do more.
How?
I'll subject every individual encounter with a basic survey to procure biographical information on them while I gain experience in questioning.
Subjecting them to torture?
I can help, Adonai.
No. How fast can you fill out forms?
Fast.
Ah. Congratulations, you're halfway to being a paralegal.
We got a profile.
Yep.
Wait.
There we
200
go. That's more like it.
kilograms.
I love unemployed crossed out paralegal.
400.
I also like the 180-degree rule. What?
It's a film technique. Also, 199 kilograms is 438 pounds.
Yeah,
I'm
that's right.
heavier than Sarah.
Well, I mean, her bones are made out of
Like tungsten.
tungsten or something.
Tungsten carbide alloy.
Dislikes
Martial
elevators because she probably breaks most of them.
She probably doesn't, actually. Most elevators have a weight capacity of like half a ton or more.
Yeah.
And that's modern elevators. Future elevators probably have a little bit more because they're probably using better materials.
I'm not sure how skills differ from talents.
I'm good at lots of things, and I'm not sure. Yep. Huh?
You coming?
Right away, Adonai.
Oh, now we officially have a Maya.
Maya he, Maya who.
Yahoo.
Sarah's already less
Maya.
annoying than Maya, so that's okay.
What? What
I was
did you
saying that Sarah's already less annoying. Sarah's already less annoying than Maya.
Oh, I have much to work on to make sure I get to that level of assistance.
I will kick you through a fucking window no matter how heavy you are, bitch.
But can she channel the dead and perform Deus Ex Machina stunts?
No.
We'll have to see.
Look, if Maya could channel the dead when I wanted her to, I'd probably put up with a lot more of her attitude. But the bitch can only do it inconveniently.
Also, Sarah can hack because she's a robot.
I'm a robot.
She's my new best friend.
Right.
Dots.
Pretty quiet elevators, huh?
Really? That was all just the setup for a pretty quiet elevator scene?
You could have taken the next one.
It's a busy building detective. Can't hold up everyone else on our account. Anything you'd like to grumble at me before I start?
Don't touch anything. I don't care that you're wearing gloves.
I have been to crime scenes before, you know. Long before the police get there in many cases.
Look, Rockford asked me to not get in your way, but that
Technically
doesn't
true.
mean I'm going to bend over for you.
I'm not interested. Do you at least have the autopsy report?
The updated one, I've been told, is important.
No,
Are you seriously?
I don't.
She doesn't? The report should have come in hours ago. Wouldn't take this long unless the cause of death was still... Then I'd settle for a summary of the preliminary findings.
I'm going to use the restroom really quick, so if a voice line comes up for me, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Have fun.
An emergency call was made shortly after 8 p.m. last night via the home's security systems. Emergency medical services had a VTOL in the air within the minute. They landed on the penthouse's helipad at 8:08. Dr. Asher was found unconscious with a low blood pressure and a weak heartbeat. He wasn't breathing. In-flight auto triage administered artificial CPR while in transit to Gatesfield Memorial. He was declared dead a few minutes after being taken to the emergency wing.
I love how they called it artificial CPR. I think they meant automated CPR because I'm not surprised he didn't get helped if they used artificial CPR instead of actual CPR.
Actual CPR breaks ribs, though.
Yes, but what they meant was automated. They meant that they had a machine doing it rather than a person. They didn't mean that it was a fake CPR.
What if it does mean artificial, though?
Well, that explains why he's dead, doesn't it?
No, artificial doesn't necessarily mean fake. It just means somehow through other means.
And the cause of death is
being investigated.
make an educated guess.
He stopped breathing, so they gave him oxygen. His heart stopped pumping, so they had machines take over. His brain activity dropped to 0. And there wasn't anything else they could do.
It was poison, wasn't it? What kind? You don't know, do you? They don't know either.
Like I said, ma'am, we don't have the autopsy report yet.
Could we just have the old one? You'll update it later anyways. Why are you certain it was poison, Adonai? Couldn't it have been an accidental overdose?
If he had overdosed on a commercial drug, even a pre-med student would have spotted on the hospital's intake screening. They would have been able to pump his stomach, neutralize his bloodstream, and he would have lived.
But he didn't live.
So it must have been something deadly, a compound designed solely to kill. A fast-acting, deadly poison that causes respiratory failure. The list can't be that long. Even just through process of elimination, the medical examiner should have identified now. Unless... You suspect a designer drug, don't you, detective?
Why is it you're only quick on the uptake when it suits you? Nothing else makes sense, given what we know and what we don't.
But the CDCA decriminalized and cataloged all recreational drugs. Passed in the 2060s, decriminalized all narcotics use and established the Bureau of Narcotics Oversight.
Licensing, distribution, and taxation.
Yep.
Eager to replenish government coffers.
Yeah.
Decriminalize means it's just
all
no longer a
drugs are
felony or a
legal
misdemeanor.
in this
Anyway.
world. Like, seriously, like, all drugs are legal.
Decriminalize.
Not only are they legal,
Decriminalize
they gave
doesn't
amnesty to the drug lords in order to co-opt their pipelines.
Yes, but
Yep.
decriminalize doesn't mean that it's not still illegal. It just means you're not going to jail for it. Right?
Complicated.
Gray
I don't know,
wave
you can
followed
correct me
soon
if I'm wrong.
afterwards As money-starved criminal organizations wage economic, literal war against multinational corporations for dominance.
Yep. If you hold the patent on cocaine, you can make a hell of a killing.
I don't think cocaine is patentable, but
Sure it is.
A particular
is.
a particular formulation might be, but cocaine, not really. Like a way of refining it, that could be patented. You might be able to patent a particular formulation of compounds, but the actual drug cocaine probably been out too long, and it'd be difficult for a mega corporation to claim they created it.
Super cocaine, then. Anyway.
Like I said, if you can make a new formulation that involves cocaine, or a new way to process cocaine, those could probably be patented. Because you aren't entirely clueless about politics.
so whatever father overdosed on should have been in the hospital's database.
You need to update your definitions. You're confusing designer drugs with recreational drugs.
Drugs made for a specific purpose. I don't think... Yeah, okay, so it's just talking about, there's a period of time once a drug is created that it's legal under all circumstances before, the laws figure
Or
it
gets
out.
included as a controlled substance subject to government taxation.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
and corporate purchase.
What's the difference?
Recreational drugs are decriminalized and sold through pharmacies after years of testing and mountains of paperwork. While the average designer drug was invented last week in a 19-year-old line cook's bathroom on the other side of the globe. Hospitals can't know the proper countermeasures for an overdose of a drug that didn't exist 48 hours ago. I came across makeshift labs all the time when I was in uniform. The equipment's cheap and widely available. Black market cooks, gray market peddlers, white-collar lobbyists, all chasing each other's tails in a long line to find the next big hit.
See, the funny thing is that, at least these days, as far as I know, most drugs are derived basically from a handful of particular sources, so you should have at least a basic way of counteracting most stuff, even if you've got a new formulation of cocaine. Still cocaine. Like, you might have some more stuff added to it, but
If
it's probably
triggers
subject
different-
to cocaine stuff.
I don't know. If it triggers different stuff, my guess is at best it'll be a minor boon, not a...
Well, remember that they're not interested in how it interacts with the brain. They're mostly interested in the physiological effects.
CDCA didn't change shit. More people die of ODs than ever before. The only difference is it's their families finding in the living room, not beat cops finding them on street corners. Real comforting, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If it wasn't you talking, I'd say that was a criticism of law enforcement.
No, not law enforcement. Just a law.
Oh.
Assuming it was a designer drug, that would certainly make things more complicated.
For the insurance guys, maybe. For us, whatever he used to do it, he still killed himself.
Dots.
Or didn't kill himself, if you insist.
I'm gonna take a look around now.
Yeah, sure. Make yourself at home.
Dots.
What's that face for?
I thought there would... By the way, this writer loves starting just about every third, sometimes every sentence with dots in the front of it.
Well,
it's just like, this is more ellipses than I've probably ever written in any conversation online. I thought there would be an outline.
That's because you don't hesitate much, John.
I don't hesitate much. I still
Yeah.
write ellipses.
That's what ellipses indicate. In this circumstance, it's sort of a pause or a hesitation before the start of the speech.
correct.
Anywho, I thought there would be an outline.
An outline?
Around where they found father.
You mean like in the movies?
Like in film?
Connect to the police network and bring up their ARCS file.
Augmented reality crime scene. I see. It's the Unity symbol.
Acting. Augmented reality crime scene.
Look, there's an outline.
There is an outline! This is where my father... Oh. Okay, apparently...
Nice one, John. He died at the hospital. This is just what the medics found.
And it's the sensors and cameras they were wearing that create the basics for the Zarks.
Mm-hmm. They didn't realize they were walking into a crime scene, but their body cams gathered data all the same.
Where do we start?
You can start by following behind me and trying to be as quiet as possible.
Dots.
Try to get a feel for when she's pouting even without looking.
Control!
I always admired this view. The buildings gleam with reflections of holograms in sunlight, and their shadows obscure all the rundown, rotting parts of town. Maybe the view is secondary. Maybe all anyone wants is to put as much distance between them and the street level as possible.
Is it possible that a witness could have seen something through these windows?
Not through these windows. David had installed wide-spectrum auto tint in all his homes. Cars.
I didn't know that.
Well, you wouldn't notice unless you're viewing the penthouse from more than...
Why do you care so much about his windows?
Better take a closer look. Rose River Whiskey, 12 years old.
You recognize it?
Sure, he's more than partial to the brand. It's a good brand, only a bit overpriced, which is the bargain of a lifetime in David's world.
It appears that the police have already tested its contents. No foreign matter present was their conclusion. Is it possible that the police missed the poison?
No, even if they can't identify the poison, they can detect its presence by comparing samples of the whiskey to a bottle off the shelf.
So we can eliminate the possibility that a bottle of whiskey was poisoned. Evidence! Whiskey!
We'll have to find our smoking gun elsewhere. Spilled alcohol. The arc showed how it looked last night before it evaporated. No foreign substances in the puddle. It's clean. Does that mean wherever the spill came from must be clean as well?
Just clear out the notifications.
2 cups. One empty, knocked over, and one mostly empty. These look like solo cups. Did his guest bring them?
I've seen them before, in the basement liquor cabinet.
He kept these lying around? I knew he regifted those crystal glasses I got him.
ARC say there's nothing foreign in the upright one, so it can't have been poison. Results are inconclusive on the other cup, however.
It's bone dry. There's been nothing left but fumes by the time they considered a crime scene. Just not enough there for them to test.
Inconclusive could mean...
Inconclusive means inconclusive. That's all.
Hey,
Hurry up and read me the results of the fingerprinting.
Father's prints are in both cups as expected. But there's someone else's on the upright cup, so someone else must have been with him last night.
Slow down. All that proves is that someone else touched the cup. It doesn't tell us when they did it. And since we don't know who the prints belong to...
Adonai, why don't we know who the prints belong to?
Are the prints flagged as unidentified, or...
No, there's space for a name, but the field is black.
Ah, fuck. Already too late to the action? Detective Reyes.
Yeah.
There's a second set of print on the cups. Is there a form you'd like me to sign?
Doesn't matter how nicely you ask. Sometimes people just can't answer. You should know that damn well, Madam Counselor.
I was afraid you'd say that.
I don't understand, Adonai. What does this mean?
It means whoever those prints belong to has a very proactive representation.
These prints belong to a witness, as you've guessed. You're more than welcome to their testimony. But their identity is... The department is being very considerate of the witness's privacy out of respect for their time and appreciation for their cooperation.
Fine. Forget the name.
That easily?
Subpoenas are always an option, but I'm short on time.
Hey, Sandra, you know what a subpoena is?
Yep. What did the witnesses have to say for themselves, Detective?
To paraphrase, they came to see Dr. Asher last night. The two of them talked, they had a drink together. And then the doctor got sick, so they activated the emergency system from the panel in the kitchen. The EMTs came and took them both to the hospital. Asher's conditions got worse. All the witnesses' vitals were normal.
The witness had their vitals taken. There should be a record of their administration at Gatesfield.
My hair keeps detecting green text.
And that's it.
I'm guessing you didn't just take all of that on faith.
Penumbra's set up in most of the rooms on this floor. Everything the witness told us was corroborated by the building's own surveillance system. So, yes, we can guarantee that the witness never put anything into Asher's drink.
I'm guessing I can't have the keys to the penumbra, can I?
Not until the witness's lawyers are done reviewing it.
Lawyers. Plural. I don't have time to trade jabs with the law offices of Johnson, 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 and Johnson.
Court
be sure it's
Sandry,
Bleach, Cheatham, and Howe.
I have a question. This is funny to me as just a layman because so many law offices are like this sort of naming scheme, right? Is this funny as a lawyer?
It just suggests there's a lot of people named Johnson. Look, sometimes you have a family, usually like a father or mother and child, will be, so and so and such and such name and such name. It doesn't usually go on like this. As I said, I'm surprised they didn't just go with the classic Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Okay.
Hey, how about I give you their business card?
Law offices Culture, Gustav, Prince, and Prince. I was close. Don't think I'll be getting any client information out of them directly.
If all you bloodsuckers want to get together and tear each other apart, text me before you start. I'd like to watch.
Yeah, I bet you'd like to watch.
What does that even mean?
My senses are sensing a joke here.
What?
I don't know. Needed a moment to think. So, that was it? One chat, one peek at the cams, and you've already eliminated them as a suspect?
Look, they were searched. They didn't have any poison, any drugs, not even a stick of gum. Even if they somehow did have poison on them, the camera footage confirms they had no opportunity to use it.
Ah, locked room mystery. Also, these scan lines are actually getting me dizzy.
So, the first thing that came to mind for me is, if you have the cameras, you should know whether he put something in his drink too.
They drank from the same bottle as the dead man. As far as the department's concerned, they were nearly the second victim.
Okay, yeah, no, I have to look away. If I have a line, like, these scan lines are actually getting me dizzy.
But they aren't dead, or even ill from the sound of things. So you think he poisoned his own cup beforehand and then poured for the both of them from a safe bottle?
It's what the evidence is telling us.
Actually, I think there was something on that. Prove it.
Toxicology is inconclusive. There's nothing in the bottle or the witness's cup.
Mm-hmm.
But after drinking from his cup, a cup he prepared himself, he fell ill and the witness didn't. And Asher died with a foreign substance in his body.
An unidentified foreign substance.
Suicide by poison. I get that you were close and simple explanations aren't all that satisfying, but that's life.
One last thing. You said he prepared his cup himself. Did you see that on camera?
He left the parlor to get the drinks and came back with his already poured. The witness says he got them from the basement.
The witness says that, not the cameras.
There's no cams in the lab or the basement.
That seems like a security hazard. Why would Noble not set things up more carefully?
It's intentional. If cams of his lab ever got hacked, outsiders could steal his IP and kick Noble's monopoly to the curb.
That's... If his cameras are hacked, they know his IP. You don't steal a person... There's a... When you...
His intellectual property.
Oh, I was thinking IP address.
No. See, me and Jordan immediately went to the legal meaning of IP, and John, being a tech bro, immediately went to the tech reason for IP.
I could
Reaches
see
over
that
and
happening.
fist bumps.
Yeah, sorry.
I probably did the same thing John did, so yeah, I'm guilty too.
Sorry, we're in a cyberpunk future. I see IP. I think they're trying to drop, techno babble.
Yeah, but we're in a legal drama in Cyberpunk. I think they're using legal terms.
Yep.
No, you guys are correct. They're stealing intellectual property, not their IP address.
Makes a lot more sense.
By the way, Jordan, thank you for working out. I had not realized why John was having a freak out there. Right.
No problem.
David did complain about Noble's weird protocols for combating corporate espionage.
At least we can take comfort in knowing that father wasn't alone when he died.
That's worth investigating.
Evidence, witnesses, testimony. Okay. This is actually something we didn't really go over, so I'm actually going to read this here. 7:30, spoke with in the parlor to 7:36, returning at 7:38, continued speaking while they both drank, lethargic and disoriented shortly after 8, lost consciousness at 8:03, EMTs were there within a minute, okay. Or were called within a minute, and they were there pretty much instantly. Jesus.
Yeah, they were in a VTOL, so yeah. And
I guess
it
when
should
you
be
got,
noted.
I guess when you got fuck you money, you can get the people to show up.
Yeah, it's
He's
very
got the
much.
platinum package insurance, yeah.
And he apparently had 2 minutes where he was off camera.
Also,
Because
I know this is absolutely unintentional, but the combination of filters going up makes her look like I've got death eyes.
Oh yeah, you should bring up the phone, and then look at Sarah's eyes through the phone.
Death eyes.
Yeah, and death barcode.
Password locked. But already cracked by the police, it seems.
All the docs were take-home safe. Nothing spicy.
When was it last used?
7:48 p.m.
Still reading work emails only a few minutes before he committed suicide? Morbid. There's a lot of messages marked priority that breadcrumb their way back to an article.
Oh, a reading comprehension article. Colin, you haven't read it in a while. Do you want to take a stab at this?
Sure. Warm Android's blood saves soldiers' life. In a stunning and heroic episode of one of our nation's brave soldiers had their life saved by a noble android, and in a way that no other competitor's product could. A brave private, name withheld, was wounded during a military operation whose exact nature and location is currently classified. Bleeding badly and far from the nearest triage station, he was carried to safety by his fellow freedom fighter, an animate 16 enforcer, one of the few warm androids being currently tested out by armed forces. But the android didn't just sit there and wait forever. It opened up its own arteries and pumped life-saving UD, universal donor, synthetic plasma into the young man's veins, stabilizing him long enough for him to reach a military hospital. I have no doubt he'd be dead if there was any other android fighting alongside him, said one commanding officer who asked not to be named. I always thought Noble was only good at making ads that looked good. Now I know that they've got something inside them that no one else can compete with. Realistic blood, I guess. Plasma. The story brings a well-deserved shot in the arm to Noble's stock prices and market share. With this one heroic moment, Noble's warm androids have proven themselves to be worth their price tag, and then some. And people in the capital are paying attention.
So I do have one
It's-
note for that. There is a large difference between donating plasma and donating blood. One detail that I know about is, you know how like O is the universal donor and AB is the universal recipient, right? For plasma, it's actually reversed. ABs are actually the universal donor. O's are the universal recipient. And so that's for plasma. Other details like plasma is just, as far as I can tell, it's mostly dealing with your
It's blood serum. Yeah.
yeah. It's mostly it deals a lot with your, I think, immune system too.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. More stuff.
Are we on? It's certainly, yeah. It's certainly an interesting idea. Senator Mathings said when asked about committing to a military contract for Noble to provide the armed forces with more models.
I'm scrolling down a little bit because I see we're at the end here.
Yeah. This story's got people talking. If we just ignored our constituents' feelings on the matter, we'd be neglecting our duty as politicians, and I know none of my peers would ever try to put a price on the life of one of our soldiers. While additional details about the incident have remained closely guarded, the net is already ablaze with talk of, "Oh damn, you're not logged into this device. Why don't you pop your user details down below and enable crumbs so we can get the user experience you deserve?"
So, like, this doesn't really track, though. I mean, it's not that I'm saying that the story is impossible, but warm androids just are not ideal for a battlefield when compared to pure synthetics.
Yep.
Biological soldiers are just inherently more vulnerable to injury than synthetic soldiers.
Well, maybe the warm androids are more like medics in the medic sector.
In my opinion, and I have nothing to back this up, in my opinion, this whole warm android being sent to the front line was entirely a setup to get a warm android to save a human life.
That's entirely true. What I'm saying, though, is that the logical thing to do would not be to get warm androids, but to phase out human soldiers.
Maybe there's something preventing people from fully phasing out human soldiers. I don't know.
Maybe the soldiers are like unionized in the future or something, and
in a cyberpunk future, I assure you, they're not unionized.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Didn't they say that the only union that still has any like that
well,
works
is the police union?
Was the police union?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so like that's the thing is the logical thing to do if you're bringing in android soldiers is to remove human soldiers, not get more vulnerable android soldiers.
All right. Well,
I suppose you could make the argument that warm androids, if their biological brains are more capable of actual thought than AI, if they actually are basically humanoid humans, that might bring some advantages. But broadly speaking, I think it'd be better to have something that can load up on more armor and an artificial muscle.
Yeah. Do we need to reread any of this, or are we ready for the reading comprehension portion of this test?
We're good.
All right. Here's the reading comprehension.
That's the article I've seen going around.
Clear out my notifications.
Why would Noble have been marked as priority? Well, Oregon. Sterling said they weren't in any rush to pat each other on the back over it, even though they'd won themselves a real prize.
Easy PR. They don't have a contract yet.
I mean, nice back bump in PR for Noble. One of their ads saving a soldier's life. Said they weren't actually struggling with popularity to begin with.
Oh, shit.
Nope, it was the
Guess
military
more good press never hurts. But it didn't get them a military contract. They were considering it.
No, it was No, the real prize was the fact that they got the military contract. A soldier
Shit.
was out there.
No, but that wasn't what the article said. What the article said was that they were looking at a major procurement contract. They don't have it yet.
Oh, hold a
It
second.
really doesn't matter at this point.
No. Backlog.
E4, C5.
Backlog. Because I accidentally skipped.
Sorry. Chessboard with a data pad and a data pad with a series of characters on it. Pawn, knight, pawn. I'm not sure what that next one is. Possibly castle move. I'm not sure what C is.
E4, C5.
Yeah, no, I know, but the pawn move. I think that's a knight move. Pawn move. I'm not sure what the C is, and then I think another knight move.
Capture.
Right. So. Oh no! So that's another pawn move. It's like a standard gambit, isn't it? Go back to that for a second. I mean, it's obviously a fucking game. It's a game.
Could be a cipher, or
It's not.
It's a game. It's chess notation.
yeah, I know, but
Algebraic notation. Was he studying an old game or playing against himself?
Black has checkmate in 40 moves.
Thank you, Stockfish. Wow, a robot that's good at chess. We ought to put you in a museum. But I'll take your word for it.
What do you mean? Do you not play Adonai?
No, especially not against David.
Well, that is to be expected. Anyone who challenged Father to a battle of wits would naturally grow tired of losing.
Every game starts the same. Every player has the same pieces, the same moves, the same options. It's a true test of wit, strategy, and forethought. To me, it always seemed too
Boring?
too fair. The smarter player wins every time.
And that's something you take fault with?
Of course. How's a guy like me supposed to win a game like that?
Is this supposed to be a jab at Miles Edgeworth? The fact that Miles was a chess player?
1 second, sorry, just... What opening was that? Anyway, one chair knocked over, probably where David was sitting. And one chair pulled out, party of two. Never cared much for socializing, but he enjoyed hosting. Contradictory guy. It's easier than when the medics arrived, he was on the floor face up.
Does that tell you something?
But that is definitely a face down position.
Dots.
Hey, if you were...
Uh,
If you can drink a glass of poison, would you be understanding when you did it?
I find it very difficult to speculate on a hypothetical scenario.
See why his body's pulled out. You see him when he lost consciousness. I'd expect to find him slumped over on the table.
But he wasn't found slumped over.
No, he wasn't. And if he'd been standing when he lost consciousness, I would think he would have fallen forward, or at least collapsed less than neatly.
So what can you conclude from that, Adonai?
Only that I'm missing something.
You're missing your chips from the previous thing. We don't have a perfect playthrough.
no.
Police androids monitoring the scene. It's almost mistaken for the real thing, the way they stand there trying to look important.
Huh.
Like an indoor dog taking its first trip to the park.
This this is not done on purpose, but I enjoy how they put like a blur filter over everything, and yet in the reflection, the blur filter doesn't take in some of the places. That's just more of an interesting game engine thing that I'm noticing. Pardon?
Why are you even looking like you've never seen an android before?
Because I haven't in person.
David didn't even let you have a mirror? Brutal.
Hey,
Just scan its gin if you're curious. Unless that's considered too forward or whatever. So that's everything critical on this side of the room. There's the kitchen.
It's like dogs sniffing each other's butts. Or
Said
something.
there's camera footage of the dining room showing David and his guest. What about in here?
The only camera in the kitchen is the one mounted on the call terminal. The console took a snap image when the witness ran in to contact emergency services.
May I see it?
Not unless you scrape the witness's face off the pic first.
Don't tempt me. Messy workspaces, but pristine kitchen. David was a good cook, but only for others. Unless he had a guest, he'd happily eat instant ramen and protein bars for all 3 meals. Or 2. Or 1. No signs of food prep to be found, not so much as a cheese board. So whoever this guest was, they must have shown up unannounced. 3 unwashed dishes and a single glass. Oh yes, these dishes haven't been scanned for prints yet.
And
And I just assumed you might want to do your job.
yeah, there are prints. Most match the victim.
damn, I was hoping for Death Eye on her too.
Most.
But there's also... Huh?
Hmm?
Hey! Don't sneak up on me like that!
I just walk over to you.
You knocked over the salt, Adonai.
I was focused on the task at hand.
Didn't realize tunnel vision was a selling point in your mod.
Adonai, the salt!
As I was saying, the witness's prints are on that glass.
That glass in the sink? They were drinking from cups in the parlor. Did you see a glass on camera?
No.
So when did they touch this glass? Presumably when they had some water.
You need to toss it over your shoulder.
Witness must have thought about giving the guy some water, but he would have just choked on it if they had tried.
Say what?
What? You think this glass was the murder weapon?
It's bad luck, Adonai.
Whacked him on the back of the head so fast it went between video frames?
It's genius! You should go through the footage frame by frame to prove your theory.
Ugh.
Mature.
It's bad luck.
What have you been going on about? The salt? Shouldn't a machine be above petty superstition?
It's not a superstition, it's ancient wisdom.
Give me one logical reason to care then.
If too much salt spills onto your food, it'll make you gag?
Overdose.
Maybe it's on me for setting the bar too low there.
Shake it like a salt shaker. Why is this a piece of evidence? Is this like the biggest red herring in the world?
Who's to say?
This is where the emergency call was made. What time did the call go out?
8:04 p.m., and before you ask, the witness left the parlor at 8:03 p.m. Not enough time for them to alter the scene.
I wasn't going to ask that. When did the medics arrive?
8:08 p.m. Remember?
Yes, I remember, but I like hearing you say it.
A little response time for a penthouse. Private EMS came by air?
Yeah, they landed on the VTOL pad you saw outside. Took them to Gatesfield. The very best, if you can afford it. Looking around here, seems like you can afford a lot.
He's got his insurance through his employer, just like most people.
Caduceus Executive Plan 4 isn't like most people, Counselor.
3 levels of employer provided plans that outrank it. Okay.
He had executive level? Not like most people at all. David's fridge. Normally I wouldn't go poking around in the pantry to find it, but this was a poisoning. Some white wines chilling in the drawer, some real cheap liquor stuffed in the icebox. Old habits. Reyes, you said he left the parlor and came back with the whiskey from the basement?
Huh? That's what the cams show, yeah.
There's plenty to drink right here, and unlike the cabinet downstairs, it's actually cold. Must have wanted Rose River in particular.
Huh.
What's that look for? You hungry?
I am an android. I do not get hungry. Are you being sarcastic?
Only mostly. I thought you said you required organic nourishment.
I do ingest organic substances, but that doesn't mean I experience hunger as you do.
So when you don't ingest organic substances for a long time, you...
I become tired.
What a great feature.
And when I'm done digesting, I
don't need to know.
Oh. You now have
Yeah,
a
we don't
chance
need to know that.
to survey the crime scene.
Yeah.
So do you think you know what happened? What,
Bitch.
Jordan?
Do robots dream of electric shits?
Fuck off.
They have a robot version of everybody poops.
Detective, is his body still at the hospital morgue?
Yeah, he's at Gatesfield. Along with 100 noble megs who've all called dibs.
I'll just have to cut in line. Sarah, get me a ride to Gatesfield Memorial.
How would I do that? I'm not a car.
What? You can do that, can't you?
Apparently I can.
But...
I need your payment information to get started.
Yeah? Okay. Understood. On my way down.
Got it?
Sync complete.
Set pickup for 10 minutes should be plenty.
The crowd down there seems to be gotten quite large. 10 minutes to reach the pickup spot may be an ambitious target, Adonai.
How bad can it be? Pulls her gun.
July 1st, 2086.
As I approach the lobby's exit, the building's soundproofing begins to fail. The crowd has gotten bigger, but there's something else happening out there. Energy's not panicked yet. It's creeping up on the tipping point. This many people pissed at Noble for selling androids? The hell's got them so excited?
Adonai, what does that symbol mean?
In this revel? Probably something vulgar. Which one?
That heart with a bullet hole.
The what?
You mean the one that's
I
on
don't
the
know.
main screen?
It's probably nothing.
Based on net associations, it appears to be a symbol for the Heartbreak Killer.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why would that freak have a symbol? Or a following? Or whatever these people are? And why the hell would they be outside David Asher's apartment?
Let's let Colin take this one.
Because Noble's trying to cover up the truth.
They are?
Those Megs in the scrambling to shred every document they can. We need to stick together, form a perimeter, try to catch them when they go dump the scraps.
Sarah?
What are you hoping to find?
Proof that Asher was killed for trying to blow the whistle.
Blow the whistle. On Heartbreak?
Noble doesn't want the world to know what the A-16 is sentient and homicidal.
You think that Heartbreak is an android?
You think whatever did all that was human?
Oof.
Noble's advanced prototype went amok and started killing.
Started killing random people.
Don't be a lamb. It only looks random. There's a clear pattern as long as you're smart enough to see past the bullshit.
Oh, okay.
And how does one see past the bullshit?
Stop engaging.
Smart kid. She gets it. She's asking the right questions.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's still you.
Oh,
Masked Man
no
is
way those
sorted.
victims... Yeah,
No
I thought that
way
was
those
you.
victims weren't related. It's gotta be deniable ops.
Gee, I wonder if that's the same as, the concept of Black Ops Now.
Deniable ops.
Yeah. Notice how
Black
it
Ops so-
gets cut off by the disinformation police.
Yeah, Black Ops so black that not even the government knows about them.
It's the deep state ops.
They must all have been in DO together before getting their records bleached. Then, as soon as they've outlived their usefulness...
What are you, nuts? Everyone knows the first 6 HK got to where the 6 prototypes that came before him.
The look on Morgan's face.
Warm androids so perfect no one could tell the diff. A bullet to the heart was the only way you could kill those other over-engineered freaks.
Everyone's got a goddamn opinion.
I see.
Stop seeing, start moving. These people are insane.
Why don't you eat some more corn slop, asshole? You think you can be the cyberpunk without ever thinking for yourself?
Be the cyberpunk.
Yeah, be the cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's just defining the word.
You think it's a coincidence victim number 6 was working on Harco crops? They're putting something in the food!
Those people, heartbreak. This is...
A goddamn embarrassing. The hell am I paying taxes for if the state can't shut this shit down?
What about you, Adonai? What do you think about this heartbreak figure?
You're just a murderer. You should be caught and sentenced like any other murderer.
But they must have some reason for doing such terrible things. Aren't you curious?
Why? Are some reasons for committing murder better than others?
They might have experienced trauma or abuse. They might have...
Millions of people experience trauma and abuse every day. Millions. And yet there's only one heartbreak.
So you think they were just born that way?
That's my guess.
That's
Unsatisfying?
sad.
I don't see why it would be.
If heartbreak was born like that, then they never had a chance to be anything else.
If heartbreak was born like that, then none of us normal people ever have anything to worry about. Sorry, I'd never have to worry about turning out like them.
It's kind of predestination? It means they never have to take responsibility for what they are.
State can make them take responsibility. as soon as they catch them.
Oh, you said it very cheery when you said that. You make it sound so trivial. They're very dangerous serial killer.
Just a serial killer.
Just?
If HK shot someone every day, it would take them 1,132 years and about 11 months.
In order to have killed
413,789 people.
She's thought a lot about this, hasn't she?
Yep.
I'm good at mental math.
You counted the leap years. But what's the significance of that number?
Deaths within 18 months of the Blakeford industrial disaster.
Congestion ahead. We're currently
is
limiting
this
traffic to this particular search. A large number of edits coming in from your net address outside your country's borders. We're proud to
Variable user country.
So you're not allowed to look up the Blakefort disaster.
Correct.
This is just like the DL6 incident.
It is the DL6 incident! Oh, guys! I need to figure out how many years ago the DL6 incident was between sessions.
Times that number by 2 for the injuries, tack another 183% for the birth defects. 413,000 dead, and there wasn't anything evil about it. Just human error, some shoddy welding, and time.
So you think that heartbreak is nothing by comparison?
Mhm.
Perhaps that's the problem then. If they're nothing, they represent nothing. Then they can stand for whatever the crowd wants them to. Please make way. Officials are coming through. Please disperse.
Keep walking, pigs.
Fascist!
Noble owns the cops.
They only own they. Oh my gosh! Only the cops. They build in their factories.
Very
Sorry.
funny. You okay
I
there?
had to cough. I had to cough. I'm sorry.
Very funny. Why are we tolerating this shit?
You want me to wade into the crowd with a nightstick? Prove them wrong?
You know what I mean. We're the only people in the city trying to do some goddamn good, and I'll just... That's just part of the job, detective. No offense, ma'am, but wearing a police badge earns you a little more hate than... Do they even give prosecutors badges?
Presents prosecutor's badge. Oh, whoops.
I have an ID for the parking garage. Does that count?
Depends. Do you ever hesitate to wear it in the open?
This moral relativism of yours seems like a strange philosophy for someone of your profession, Adam.
What the fuck, Morgan? Breaking up the source on me? I'm only being realistic and humble.
And having
I'm
the
just
most...
one woman, Sarah. Whatever I do, right or wrong,
And having the most, like, painted-on grin you could ever see in your life.
Yeah, that's just a straight light Yagami look there.
And then I eat the chip.
it's less than 1% rounding error in the grand scheme of things.
Do you tell that to your clients?
No, but they come to appreciate when I win.
I don't mean cops in particular. The same deal applies to anyone who works for the state. The terms are stark, but the ink dried on them a long time ago, and we all agreed to them.
I don't recall voting for it.
Well, not voting is how these things come to pass, so... We traded freedom for safety, individual rights for collective power. State won, the citizens lost. The very least we can do is take their criticisms head on. Look, I don't have a problem with the responsibilities of authority.
Only with authority being challenged.
But they treat us like we're the bad guys. Well, sometimes we are. Sometimes the law is wrong.
So, if any given individual is too small to ever affect change,
So if the public's gonna hate us no matter what we do,
get ready for a simultaneous line.
yep.
And if corporations and governments will trample over people the same regardless of their character,
And if we can't even be sure we're doing the right thing,
what do you do, Adonai?
what the hell do we do?
I think it's pretty simple.
It's not as complicated as you'd think.
In times like these,
In a world like this,
the only logical way to live is
the only moral way to act is...
Boy, this is like a drum roll that won't end.
do whatever,
do whatever it takes to win.
If I'm insignificant in the grand scheme of things, I can do my worst and no one will notice.
If power is inherently evil, holding back won't save your soul.
Just fight with both barrels.
And trust the opposition to do the same. Winner takes all. Oh, I love that sequence.
Later, Gatesfield Memorial Hospital.
Ugh, thank you. You're a lifesaver. And the next time that Bridezilla texts you, just turn your phone off. Chatty guy. Husband due to go on break. When he tried and failed to find the witness's medical record, his datapad had the name blacked out. I did think they have Caduceus Executive 3, which is more expensive than David's, which means they're most likely...
How did you do that?
What? You need to hold the button to get the doors to close faster. Mashing does nothing.
That's not what I meant. There were many others who arrived before us. How did you get us down here so quickly?
Oh, I didn't do anything. It was that nurse who escorted us.
Yes, but you managed to get a stranger like him to help you with so few words, so little information. I don't think you even gave him your name.
And? Haven't you heard of the golden rule?
Of course I have. Treat others how you want to be treated.
Wrong. He who has the gold makes... Oh, sorry. Treat others how they want to be treated. He wanted someone he could vent to. He wanted someone to pay attention to him, and he wanted to feel appreciated. Which meant he'd be eager to help, given the chance.
Even just reading someone's mood is quite difficult.
That was an Aladdin reference. Anyway.
Look, can we just, John, I just want to notice, have you noticed that Morgan is getting more and more Sandry coded?
Yeah.
What if Sandry is getting more and more Morgan coded?
I pre-exist, so I win.
How can you know another person wants to be treated?
You're no mind readers. No one can ever know anything about what anyone's thinking. Maybe not even themselves. It doesn't matter if they're your parent, your twin, your lover. It'll always be a gamble.
That is not a very comforting sentiment.
Oh, I think it's fun.
Only because you're good at it. How do you get good at it?
Same as anything. Observation and practice.
You must have been observing and practicing for a very long time then. So we proceed down the hall, bear left, look for the fourth door.
I'm going to open the one that says Morg on it.
Hello, Morgan.
Hey, Colin.
Hello? Oh, wait, this is the...
Yeah, this is you.
Yeah, okay. Oh, hey. Come on in. Don't stand out there in the cold. Wouldn't be accurate. Sorry about the chill in here, but I run a little hot.
All
Hello?
right. No, I just
Oh.
she's doing 1.5 million like sexual innuendos per minute. So
I was trying to do it.
no, I was just
And you can
sighing.
see-
I'm
It's
just struck by the fact that either those are
Oh.
weird tattoos or she's covered in grotesque scars.
It's
Yeah.
a centipede tattoo.
It's a what?
It's a centipede.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, so it's grotesque tattoo.
Yeah.
It's not like the people
And you-
she's working with are complaining.
And you can see my roommates never complain. Yumi Sato, medical examiner.
Profile.
I was born on March 3rd,
Also
I'm
refuses to say their weight.
173 centimeters, blood type O negative. I work as a medical examiner. I like accessories, reality TV, and palm reading. I dislike social media, dress codes, and ebooks. I like to make new playlists. I hate throwing out old clothes. And I'm most proud of my weekly meal prep.
Dr. Sato. Just the lady I wanted to see. Well, I didn't expect her to get to. The fact being assigned a medical examiner, not some ad or junior, means
Oh, you can just call me Yumi. And you're?
Morgan. I represent the deceased.
The deceased. Oh, the deceased. Asher D. Wait, really? That's weird. I thought this time slot was scheduled for a group of noble PR people who.
I know. Weird, right?
Well, what the hell do I know? I was getting tired of hosting Megs anyway. I gotta finish up this report before we talk shop. But in the meantime, feel free to make yourself at home.
Okay, cracks
Will
open a
do.
cold one.
I love that her lab coat is translucent.
I hate that this room has a lot of neon in it.
That's a lot of screens. It's going to be diminishing returns on productivity.
Why do you have so many monitors, ma'am?
You can't just ask someone that.
Good question. Every quarter when they do inventory and budgeting, they ask me if I need anything, and I never do, so I submit a blank form. But I guess a while back there was a +1 in a spreadsheet somewhere, and no one ever corrected it, and so... boom! I get 4 new monitors every year.
Do you run out of things to use them for?
Sometimes. But this year I've started running 2 dramas at once when I'm doing route work, which helps.
Rote.
I gotta say, I found it at work that I was just like, I could always use another monitor.
Yep.
Watching 2 television shows at the same time helps you do road work.
Rote, sorry. Helps me use up the screens at least.
I see.
This hospital is getting. What's this? The hospital is getting renamed? No, because some other hospital that got snapped up.
Oh,
Hospital
good.
Hospital renamed to thank the Ikaria family. In a ribbon cutting ceremony held uptown today, Potterman Memorial Hospital was formally renamed the Northeastern Ikaria Medical Complex in recognition of the family's incredibly generous donations over the last several years. It's the latest in a string of philanthropic efforts by the family to result in a name change, after they paid for the renovations to the orchestra hall and the retrofitting of what used to be known as the Scout Arena. But it wasn't so long ago that the Ikaria were better known for drawing blood than donating it. Back before the 50s, they had a fearsome reputation for cutthroat business practices that had their business rivals going so far as to accuse them of involvement with organized crime. After the founding of Renogen Medical over 25 years ago and its subsequent sale, the Ikaria have moved out of the business world and into the upper echelons of society that are sometimes mockingly referred to as the neobility, a generation of newly minted aristocrats born from the unique and chaotic economics of the mid-21st century and the Red Decade.
Nobility, neobility. Okay.
When asked her opinion on those who labeled her family House Ikaria at the hospital's renaming ceremony, Renogen board member Mirai Ikaria had this to say.
This is just bugging me. I think it's Akari.
Ikaria. In this country, anyone can make a name for themselves, so long as they're willing to put in the work. Mock new money all you want, but the truth is that success is all about reinventing yourself, and the only ones uncomfortable with that are... We're working hard to print out the rest of your article, character by character. It's tough work, but we'd be able to go about it a lot faster if you'd leave a tip. Want to drop your payment into the jar?
No, I don't even care about the tip part. That tip part also would have triggered me. But we're working hard to print out this article character by character. Fuck you, website.
But yeah.
So here's a fun fact. For a vast majority of websites that actually have this, the information is actually already loaded onto your machine. You just have to know how to tell them to fuck off.
Yep.
Not for all of them. There are some that are actually smart enough to hide it behind like a different load. But for a vast majority of it, all of this is already loaded into your memory.
Ikaria. Guess they weren't always in the same line of work.
Let's get the boop. And apparently I had a piece of evidence that I didn't.
Yeah, the emergency console.
Okay. I think I was looking away when it popped up because there's a few times where those damn scan lines kept popping up.
Yeah.
Now they're plastering their name wherever to get themselves a new image. Well, the neobility are eager to prop up their image wherever they can. Bunch of robber barons.
Yeah, I don't think we have to. It's just saying
it's just a repeat of the early 20th century robber barons. Late 19th century. Late 19th century.
Yeah.
That must go double for the Ikaria. Assuming the truth about their criminal past is anything close to the rumors.
Are all of these dead bodies?
Want to see a dead body?
One would hope so.
I've got a stick. You want to poke it?
I only meant I'm surprised to see them stored here. It suggests a backlog, which suggests a higher murder rate than the public data would lead one to expect.
You only examine bodies for the police, Doctor?
Oh, I wish. Nah, most of my jobs involves confirming COD on natural death for insurance adjustments.
Yeah, COD, cause of death.
Oh. Insurers want to blame the mod for failing. Mod makers want to blame the stiff for not exercising enough. Family says the company insurance plans would pay for mods, but not a gym membership. Yeah, that whole wall there is suspect. Defective liver mods. Suspected. Leaking internal bio batteries. Suspected. CCIC. I don't know what that means.
CCIC?
Nor does
Oh, maybe I do. Climate change induced complications.
You can prove that climate change contributed to an otherwise natural death?
Very, very rarely.
If it can be proved, what does that mean for the family of the deceased?
Plus or minus 14% on the life insurance payout.
Oh.
I mean, it's most of what I do. And I don't dislike my job. It's just so much of what I do boils down to telling a bit of cheapskates how to split the dead man's bill. It's enough to make homicide feel like a breath of fresh air.
You finishing up over there?
Right. Okay. So what's up?
Thanks for your time, Dr. Sato. My first question would be,
What was the cause of death?
Oh, wow. Hi there. Cute android. I didn't even realize it was
Oh?
really cute. The skin is... That's remarkable. Even just looking close, you can tell they really are warm.
Hey.
Still not quite human body temperature, but they've come a long way. The early gens all looked flushed. Felt like they were always running a fever, and they ran like it too. Even 2 years ago, the average warm android only lasted...
sorry, but the circumstances surrounding this particular case call for expediency.
Right. So what can I tell you?
Were you able to determine the cause of death?
Well, cause of death? Sure, we've got that much figured out, at least.
Why doesn't that sound particularly reassuring?
Dr. Asher died of respiratory failure. Not enough oxygen in the blood. Not enough blood going to the brain. Root cause being widespread depression of the central nervous system. Oh my gosh.
What would the symptoms be? What would it have looked like?
Lightheadedness followed by dizziness.
I'll be right back.
Then headaches, slurred speech, exhaustion, loss of consciousness, and finally, respiratory arrest. Report shows that the EMT tried intubation.
That's
Then
when you
resuscitation.
cut right down here and shove a tube down the throat.
Oh,
no,
I see.
you don't necessarily need to make a cut for that. That's a tracheotomy.
Oh, okay. Then, oh, wait, I didn't get to read
Oh, I
the
thought you
final
did.
part of that.
All right.
Oh, there. Through electrical stimulation repeatedly. By the time he got to the emergency room, they were desperate enough to attempt direct artificial blood oxygenation, but it was too late. I don't know why words give me such a hard time sometimes.
And you're certain of all this?
Well, most of it, sweetie.
Most of it?
Yeah, it turned into quite the puzzle, and I'm used to having more pieces to start with. I was surprised a man as rich and famous as him didn't have any kind of biomes, but his files show.
Biomonitor.
He wasn't the only... Oh, wait.
He wasn't a viable candidate for modding.
Yeah, that's right. Without that kind of first-hand tech, we don't have nearly as much of data as we like. But he was extensively monitored from the moment the EMTs arrived. We're very certain about our conclusion.
Oh.
Did you find anything else unusual about his body in your examination? Cuts or bruises?
No injection sites. Nothing in any cavities.
Nothing at all, huh? Police mentioned a tox screen?
Yeah, that's the thing. They ran a tox screen when they first arrived. Typical diagnostic intake procedure. Based on the emergency call, they figured he must have overdosed on something, but the tox screen gave them nothing. After he died, we performed the broadest screening possible, but nothing.
So you were forced to conclude that this was a natural death?
I didn't give up that easy. I took blood samples and compared their makeup with what was on record in his previous medical history. And I managed to isolate a single non-naturally occurring chemical compound that wasn't there before.
Ooh, look at you, all
Was it
clever.
some exotic toxin from a different hemisphere?
I wish.
Aspirin?
I ran it through every available database we have access to. And even a few I only sort of have access to through some friends. Not only does it not match any known poison, it doesn't match the chemical makeup of any kind of registered compound. Oh my gosh, so this is probably like a new chemical from
So,
like
a
one of those
designer drug, huh?
labs. Oh, she already concluded that. Okay. That seems to be the best explanation.
the hell did you do, David?
Something's changed with your microphone.
I moved slightly, my back is killing me.
Okay. You said it didn't match any registered compound. What about compounds that aren't registered?
Those friends of yours. Private sector folks?
Yeah, in pharmaceuticals.
If one of them patented a new compound, a new drug, what would keep its formula from going on the record?
In the private sector, intellectual piracy is the norm. So you're expected to protect your research aggressively.
Patent first, find a use later?
Yeah, a patent would have at least describe your compound in brief, but depending on what country you file in, I heard it may be considered prudent to keep the actual chemical makeup off the record.
In the US, doesn't that have to be a known thing? For patents?
Probably. It's kind of hard to patent something you won't tell people if you won't tell people what it is.
Like, to basically make a patent, you basically have to put a document about like the measurements of your device to even some degree.
Yep.
Smart. You see international IP law as your own personal minefield.
How so?
Whenever you're ahead, patent as much as you can, as fast as you can, but bury the formula so no one knows exactly where it's safe to walk. Anybody small and ambitious comes along, finds a new drug they're excited about, you flip up your card and let them know you came up with the idea years ago. And that you'll give them death by 1,000 court dates if they so much as blink. Wouldn't work on anyone your size or bigger, they could punch back, but for the rest of the field...
Wow, you corporate lawyers know your Nintendo. I mean, are scary.
I'm not a corporate lawyer.
So you came up with that strategy just now?
Huh. So it's possible this poisano is actually a known substance, something the hospital could have easily identified.
If it wasn't considered a trade secret.
Yes, unfortunately, that is a possibility.
Still, just because a drug is new doesn't mean that it's original.
Does the effect this compound had remind you of any other drug? Maybe one
Good
that's
lord, do you know how
prescription?
many recreational drugs are CNS depressants?
maybe one that's prescription only or a controlled substance? One you might know by another name, but with a patented structure?
Sorry, sweetheart. It's a general depressant. There are a lot of drugs that have that effect on the body. They come in all shapes and sizes from all kinds of places.
The effect was unremarkable. What about its strength? Would you estimate how much of the stuff he had in his body, all told?
Not precisely. No. Not without detailed knowledge on its half-life. But I'd guess that it must have been about 20 milligrams.
Is 20 milligrams a lot?
Not for a medicine. So this wasn't just an overdose of something relatively harmless, then.
Unless it's fentanyl, then you're dead, you know. No, not if 20 milligrams was enough to crash his entire nervous system.
Hey, Colin, were you not paying attention? That's legal in this future.
Fentanyl.
All drugs got moved to a taxable.
Yeah, like I was saying, decriminalization is not the same as making it legal, though.
Thank you, Yumi.
Of course. So,
We've got the updated autopsy.
Yay!
and apologies to attending physicians. These medical readings are a nightmare. You ready to see a dead body? We could skip it if you want. I know most people get squeamish around corpses.
I'll be fine.
Okay. Okay then. Let's get started. Alright. I'll step out for a moment to give you some privacy.
Yes, please. Thank you. Last time we talked was on a Sunday. You're complaining, I remember that. It's the principle of the matter. Right, you had ordered this cheap piece of shit sculpture or something by mistake. And it came damaged and you wanted to send it back for a refund. Gently reminded you how, with your salary, it was literally not worth your time. And I kindly offered to throw it out for you, since you're having so much trouble letting go. You're only offering because you want to see how loud it sounds shattering at the bottom of my trash can. I denied it, even though you were right. It was obvious. Should have let you have that one.
I thought he would look different.
Hmm?
But he looks exactly the same as I remember. His skin is pale and he's very still. But his face the same, his hair, his hands.
You were expecting something more drastic?
The last time I saw him, he was alive. He smiled and he told me he'd see me soon. Now he's dead. Something is gone. And I can't find the difference. I'm trying to look harder, but I think I might just not be capable of it. And I wonder why. Why was I created to not be capable?
Could be an issue of skill. Or
Morgan just
maybe that's not
it's
something
like
to be seen, no matter how hard you
skill
try.
issue.
But it's there. I guarantee it. I've seen you transition enough times to be sure that between life and death, distinction has significance. The dead, at least.
You're going to smoke here? Now?
I'll pay the fine.
That's not the issue.
You expecting me to fall to pieces? Real boys grieve all kinds of ways, Pinocchio.
And some don't grieve at all, it seems.
A cold woman. Sorry to disappoint. The hell? Why the hell won't this thing light?
Adonai, you have your cigarette backwards.
Don't feel a thing, eh, Morgan? By the way, 30-minute warning.
I saw.
Okay.
All right, that's back into cold storage for him. So, need anything else?
Yes, less neon in this world.
You said
Sorry, all I can
that
do is more
compound you
neon.
isolated?
Sure, for what it's worth, let me just.
It's got carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, with a hexagonal structure.
Wrong. That's a pentagram right there.
The other one is hexagonal, though.
I've seen this one before. I've seen this before. It's not cocaine. Now it's going to bother me that I've seen this. Okay, so I've seen this before, but I'm not remembering what this specific layout is. That's actually going to bug me.
So it's organic. There's never metallic elements, too.
Yeah, like we're going to ignore like the fantasy, right? I'm just going to say like, assuming all of the organic, compounds are organic here, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan.
Uh-huh.
Can you go to GT Live and check the background of their image? Of their couch?
GT Game 3 Live, you mean?
Yeah. I'm just going to make a photo so we can keep going while you look that up. Yeah, sometimes they have like couches.
It's not the. Yeah, it's not the
background.
Google. It's not the thing. It's not the thing with the googly eyes.
No, they have. I don't remember if it has googly eyes on it, but they have like a molecule in the background there.
Yeah, it's not the same molecule.
Okay.
And if you had to speculate on its intended use based on what you know of the structure?
But something in the back of my head is telling me I have literally seen this before, and I should know what it is.
Well, it certainly acted like a depressant, binding to receptor pathways and affecting the balance of neurotransmitter reuptake.
Depressants are pretty rare in the designer drug scene.
True, people are always looking for higher high or a crazier trip, but a more powerful depressant will just make you fall asleep. I mean, technically, alcohol's a depressant, so
Yep.
not much need to hit up the gray market for that kind of experience.
No, it's not. See. Thanks again. You've been extremely helpful during a difficult time.
Hey, anything you need, give me a ring.
That's very generous.
Rockford's orders got me on call, so I'm already getting overtime for the whole weekend.
Glad to hear it.
Goodbye, Yumi.
And goodbye to you, Greenie.
My name is Sarah.
I'm gonna call you Little Green.
You better not.
Oh.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Later.
Up on ramps, down off ramps, above skywalks and other tram lines. The buildings get progressively more polished as we head into the most economically developed part of the city. Corporate territory, national headquarters, the likes of Howe Industries, Lakun, Tethys, Myth, each of them sheltering their own micro-city of employee accommodations beneath their skyscrapers' shadows. Whaleful. The entirety of the ocean floor coming together to feast and grow and live off the fetid, rotting fat of the leviathans that swallow generations of people by the mouthful.
Weight is commonly listed, and my weight is... Do I really have to disclose that?
Nova lays claim to one of the largest shadows in the city, the towering nerve center of the whole nation's android industry. It's meant to be intimidating, I'm sure, but today I'm glad that Noble keeps such a sizable physical presence here. I need answers about David and his work on Sarah. Answers I'd never get browsing the company website or speaking to a representative.
Synopsis, relationships. Those are typically trivia sections as well. Should I start there?
Noble will have their guard up, of course, but even that will tell me something. Where they let me walk, where they let me talk to.
History.
Efforts at performative transparency and clumsy obfuscation will.
How do you know my father?
What?
I'm sorry, did I interrupt your brooding?
No. What did you ask?
My father. I know you're his friend, but what was your relationship like?
Can't you just scroll through our socials?
Father avoided social media, and your online presence is not significant,
You saying I don't have enough followers?
essentially.
Bitch. We went to the same college.
You studied programming?
No. I studied all kinds of different things as an undergrad, but not technology.
Is that a good way to prepare for law school?
I wasn't preparing for law school. Or anything else, really.
Huh?
David, though, he had talent, and he knew what he wanted to do. He knew he wanted to do something with it. He studied programming, robotics, discrete math, cybernetics.
What classes did you share then?
Business ethics.
What?
I was the second best student in the class, and he
Was the first.
was the one who asked the most questions. Not sure about his actual ranking. He found the course challenging, and I clearly didn't, despite being younger. He felt earned. He'd come to me after class and argue. He'd sometimes ask for help.
Father always talked about socializing like it was a chore. It's kind of you to give him a chance.
What, like I was some kind of social butterfly? The belle of the ball?
You weren't?
One Sunday night, he knocked on my door all panicked. Said he was in bad shape for this tech course. There was a midterm or something the next day. I couldn't make heads or tails of material, but I did my best to at least try to quiz him. Wasn't satisfied, though. Wanted to cram the rest of the night.
Father had to cram for an undergraduate midterm?
Did I say something scandalous?
He's been called the founder of modern programming.
Yeah. Well, even founder types can have poor time management when they're 21. He was already fried by that point. It wasn't hard to tell what he was really asking for. So I went and stole a study aid for him.
You stole a controlled substance just to help him with studying?
No, that'd be insane. No, I just pocketed some breath mints from the common room. Told him to pinch his nose and swallow fast because the taste is so strong.
You gave him a placebo?
He already knew the content was as good as he ever would. What he needed was to sleep. He could barely keep his eyes open by the time I got back from my daring heist. It didn't take much convincing for him to rest his eyes just until it kicked in.
Oh. And the test?
B+, I think.
I'm surprised that Father stayed close with you after that. You stole and lied to him.
I stole and lied for him. David understood it. He was good at understanding things without me having to spell them out. I guess that's not the kind of thing that gets passed down through programming.
Ah.
Anyway, we kept in touch after that. First year of grad school, he published this paper.
The Turing Solution, a framework for programming adaptive linguistic heuristics.
One of the advisors came up with that title. David thought it was way too cocky, but
it still hasn't failed any known Turing tests in the years since.
don't act like you're the one who deserves the credit for it. He called me one weekend asking for advice on how to handle all the attention. Job offers, interviews, apprenticeships, invitations to immigrate.
What did you tell him?
I don't remember telling him anything, actually. A lot of our conversations went like that. He would talk to me about whatever personal and professional problem was stuck in his head that day, and I would nod while he wore himself out. And at the end of the conversation, he thanked me, even though I hadn't offered a single word of advice. He took Noble's offer, and they took over his education, paid him to work on his master's during the day, and attend corporate training at night.
Congratulations, Morgan. You're a rubber duck.
Yep.
And whatever else Noble may be, they were smart enough to start listening to him early.
You're referring to his 1-point doctrine?
Quality over quantity.
Simple and elegant, just like his code.
Simple and elegant, but anathema to a global corporation with supply chains designed for maximum capacity and just-in-time manufacturing. But obviously, they got over the distaste fast enough. In the span of a few years, Noble's gone from making manual labor ads for meager profit to being the world leader in intelligence as a service. Even if he was making money hand over fist, he still kept in contact with a nobody like me.
That's an awful thing. Intelligence as a service.
I mean, it already exists. Like,
I mean, yeah.
companies subscribe to LLMs. I moved to the city for my apprenticeship. He helped me put a down payment on my apartment. And made up excuses as to why he couldn't help me move boxes. Is that enough detail for you? Are you thoroughly convinced that he and I were, in fact, friends?
I am. But Adonai, the favor that you owe him, what was it for?
That's private, understand? I have zero interest in talking about it with you. Say you understand.
Something tells me this is story relevant later.
It's the DL6 incident. Got it.
Wrong. It's the IS-7 incident.
We'll be arriving shortly. Sally, send word ahead.
Just tell him David's lawyer is here.
And as always, the black screen of save files.
It's the second impact.
Because now's a great time to pause and save, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Yeah.
We continue our streak of black screen save files. I know it will eventually get broken, but damn well. Like, we could break it right now if we spend the last 10 minutes moving forward, but like...
Yeah. I mean, if you can't tell, I absolutely love playing Morgan.
Oh, yeah. So what do you think of her strategy here?
I mean, I wasn't joking. Everything she does just proves that she is more and more like the kind of... Like, John, there's a non-zero chance that if you run Changeling, I may end up playing a character like Morgan.
Oh, no. Still, though, yeah, hold on a second. Do I have...
So, Sandry, what do you think of Morgan's little strategy to get
What, to get access?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a load of bullshit, but I mean, sometimes that's all you gotta do. You play the cards you're dealt.
I'm sorry. Is this showing Reyes with bunny ears on?
Yes, it is.
Yep, it is.
And Sarah with bunny ears on.
Yep.
We need to pet the cat in episode 2, guys.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's 2 titles so we can get some background music at the very least. So, at worst, this episode is 2 more sessions, but I think next session will probably be the last. Because I'm trying to think of what remained, because I did see this one already, and I think it's just one more set of
Oh,
scenes
no.
and then the trial.
Well, until we get to the trial, yeah. But
You
Anywho,
think the trial will be another session?
yeah, we are nowhere near finishing this episode.
it's the forever episode. No, I'm kidding. Either way,
Here's the thing. Having it take spinning it out longer during the investigation section doesn't feel as annoying as spinning it out during the trial section.
Okay.
It's like you're supposed to not know everything during the trial section, during the investigation section, going around picking, as you find breadcrumbs and it leads to more breadcrumbs. That's sort of the whole point of the investigation section. But at some point you get really tired of, wait, no, there was another guy, because of course if anyone had done thorough investigation, they would have found the motherfucker already.
I was just thinking, I'm going to need to look up what that molecule is. It's bugging me that I should know what it is, but I don't remember. There's a couple of things I think it is, but I'll look it up, because while it might not be like, it's definitely like what they're showing isn't the thing that they're putting on, right? It might either be an interesting just an interesting bit of knowledge to know, right? Like, there also may or may not be like some attachment, and that's what I'm starting to think. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Either way, but God, I've been avoiding saying this to some degree, but I'm gonna have to say it here. Man, a lot of people in this game are aggressively lesbian coded.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is
I don't think they all are. I don't think they all are, but they're just coded that way, okay?
It is a delightfully queer game.
I have to disagree with you. I'm not sure that Morgan is ace in the usual sense. Reyes might be, though.
I mean, we'll get to Reyes eventually.
Probably eventually. I mean, the only thing that's out is the next episode, and I don't know when episode 3 is coming out. I don't think they've announced it yet.
It feels more like Morgan's just sort of dissociated from human emotion.
Oh yeah.
I think it's obvious to me she feels it, though, but she doesn't realize she feels it.
Yeah, a good descriptor I've heard of Morgan's whole thing is that Morgan is a very good liar, and the person she lies to most is herself.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because she likes to put on that she's this like super cool badass serial killer who doesn't feel anything, but no, she feels a lot more than she likes to think she does.
I still am of the belief that the ones that were the heartbreak killings in particular were in fact like in responses to her losses against the prosecutor, because
no doubt.
Like I am of the firm belief that all of them were that. But that is my belief. I don't think it has been spelled out, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like, Sandra, are you still of the opinion that they were in fact random?
Maybe. It sort of depends how often she clashed with Emma versus how often she killed, because she killed in a pretty short period of time.
So it was implied she's done it many times before.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but not with the same MO. She created
Yeah.
an MO different. She creates a different MO.
Yeah, it was implied she did it before, and then just suddenly 6 bullets, 6 what's her name, Emma's.
But no, the problem with going with its response to losing to Emma is that, again, I don't think she clashed with Emma as often as she shot people as the Heartbreak Killer. The reason she killed 6 people is because she had 6 bullets in the chamber, and so that was all she was going to do with it.
Yeah.
It was,
And
And
her
she's-
sort of
she did
her
a lot of
gimmick
stuff.
as a serial killer is that she changes up things, that she creates a serial killer persona, kills as that person for a while, and then moves on to the next one. So, like,
I mean,
at some point,
it was stated that already that she has lost every case against Emma, and that implies
Yes.
more than one.
I'm not disagreeing with you that she's lost more than one. What I'm saying is that I don't think she clashes with Emma as often as she was shooting people.
Okay.
If you recall, she doesn't actually have a lot of work.
She has to make herself some work sometimes, as we
It's like-
saw in the first case.
Because, like, I get what you're saying, John, but the fact is that as a rule, lawyers don't actually clash, to a decisive ending that quickly, that often. It's just not how things work. And I know that in Phoenix Wright it's a little bit faster, but in Phoenix Wright things usually, like, between cases are usually weeks or months apart. Like,
I mean, that's not what I'm trying to say, but
even in Senate.
we're on, we're on the same page. Don't worry about that.
In Phoenix Wright, they have that 3-day rule too,
No,
where all cases have
oh
to be
yeah, no, that's
decided within 3 days.
yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is the fact that, like, any given case in Phoenix Wright is usually weeks or months after the previous case. So even if Edgeworth were going around killing people every time he lost a case to Phoenix, he's not going to kill 6 people within 6 months.
Either way.
Yeah.
Either way, like, I agree. It could have just been like a couple losses too many and therefore killing spree, right? But at the same time,
I'm
like,
not saying that she wasn't subconsciously thinking of Emma when she created the MO for the Heartbreak Killer. Like, she probably did.
either way, I don't know if there's like, I'm also trying to pick what I say here because I'm trying not to, like, let my knowledge of episode 2 sneak in.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Well, you're doing a good job, and I'm also a little bit sleepy. I will probably be wide awake in about 45 minutes, but right now I am, like, I was glad that I started getting a little bit more energy around 10:30 because I was actually thinking about asking you to end it a little early because I've been fading.
Mm-hmm. I mean, either way, we reached our standard save file on a black screen.
Yeah,
so.
no, it worked out just fine because, as I said, I'm just sort of hovering at the edge of tired.
Right.
All right. Well, I think we should thank everybody in Twitch and YouTube for watching, if they have been. And we'll see you guys.
Great
next
to see
time.
y'all.
Yep.
I love this character so much.
Mhm.
Take care, y'all.